Good morning, children. Welcome to today's class. In today's class, I'm going to show you how beautiful a relationship can be. And in today's relationship, we are going to speak about siblings. We're going to speak about siblings. So, what do you mean by sibling? Can anybody tell me? Siblings are siblings are your brothers and sisters, or siblings are your brothers and sisters born to the same parents. Okay, children? Okay. So, you know about siblings, how cool, how great the relationship is. Look at this simple picture. Our brother and sisters are there with us from the dawn of our personal stories, right? But sometimes it is not sweet every time, isn't it? There's something which is also horrible which happens between a brothers and a sister, right? And what's that? The quarrel. It is common for brothers and sisters to quarrel, although sometimes they may not even be able to say why they quarrel. But how long do such quarrels last? How do they end? Let's see the poem. How beautifully it has been written. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. The start of it was light, the end of it was strong. He said he was right, I knew he was wrong. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. It was an argument, children, okay? Most of the time, when siblings, that is a brother, sister, or sister, sister, brother, brother, they start talking, okay, it may be a simple statement which somebody would disagree with, and that's where the quarrel starts. That's where the argument starts. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. The poet is saying she doesn't even know for what reason she was quarreling. One thing led to another. As I said, there was one statement which he disagreed, and that kept on building. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. But this did indifferences, what happened? It went on very deep and we fell out. It means it's not falling down, children. This phrase means the argument went very serious and they stopped talking to each other. The start of it was light. The beginning of the argument or the quarrel was very light. Okay, it was very slight. The end of it was strong. Complete silence. Nobody is talking to each other now. Now that is called as strong. He said he was right. I knew he was wrong. That's where children see. Five fingers, they don't look alike, isn't it? So, what I agree with, you may disagree. What you agree with, I may disagree. There will always be indifferences. But this indifferences shouldn't be shown so deliberately that people start arguing with each other. Okay, now here the brother and the sister, okay, they were arguing for some reason, they quarreling for some reason, which started building up like a block. Okay, one thing led to another. They kept on building the argument. So what happened? Finally, they fell out. It means they stopped talking to each other. So the beginning of it was very slight, but the end of it was very strong. What was it? They always say that the brother was right, but to me, the sister says, I knew he was wrong. We hated one another. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumbed me on the back, and said, "Oh, come along. We can't go on all night. I was in the wrong." So he was in the right. We hated one another. Now the intensity was so strong, right? The end was so strong. So the poet is saying we started hating each other. The afternoon turned black. It means it isn't talking about the climate, children, or the weather. It means the situation turned so black that everybody turned out to be very silent. Nobody wanted to talk to each other. Okay, and there was no naughtiness, there was no playful thingness, there was no shoutings, there was no hootings. Everything seems to be very still. They weren't even playing, they weren't even doing their own job. All of them were so silent, all of them were so quiet over there. So they call it as a black afternoon. It means the afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on my back. So it was the brother who came and called the sister from the back and said, "Oh, come along. Come on, my sister. We can't go on all night. We can't go on all night. It can't be like this all night. I was in the wrong. I accept that it is my mistake." But what? So he was in the right. By accepting it, by saying that he was wrong, what did he do? He put an end to the quarrel. He put an end to the quarrel. He put an end to the indifferences. He accepted that he was wrong. So what happened? So the brother did the right thing, so he was in the right. He was in the right. Okay, let's see all together again. I quarreled with my brother. I don't know what about. One thing led to another, and somehow we fell out. The start of it was light, the end of it was strong. He said he was right, I knew he was wrong. We hated one another. The afternoon turned black. Then suddenly my brother thumped me on the back and said, "Oh, come on along. We can't go on all night." I was in the wrong, so he was in the right. The brother couldn't take that, the silence. Okay, already the afternoon is so silent. Okay, they couldn't stay like this forever, right? They wanted to patch up to each other, but if they stay so rude to each other, how will things go? So the brother said, "Come on, finally I will go and apologize. I will make things right." And so he goes and says, "Okay, come on, we can't stay like this for the whole night. We'll have to start speaking to each other. Only then the things will stop." That's how the brother ended up all the argument. Got it, children? Brothers and sisters are a lovely relationship you'll have. You know, why do we celebrate Rakhi? The Rakhi celebration itself is when a sister ties a Rakhi to the brother, what does she expect? She expects that the brother to protect her from all the evil from the world. And the brother, while getting the Rakhi tied, he promises the sister through a blessing saying that, "Don't worry, sister, I'm there for you forever and ever." That's how the beautiful bond happens over there. Okay, of course, in every family, okay, everywhere, there will be something to fight with, the argument, the indifferences, all such things will happen, children. But at the end of the day, somebody should be ready to sacrifice. Only then the things are going to end up. It's good that you don't fight at all. How lovely it will be. But without fighting, how do you think that bonding will get closer, right? So here, when they did so, they got close to each other more and more. So this poem is written by Elena Fadrion. Elena Fadrion, and she's a poet who wrote it on her own words about a small incident which took place between her and her brother. Got it, children? Got it? So this poem is nothing so sweet. Okay, it talks about the quarrel. The quarrel. I hope, children, you people are going to be so loving to your sibling and always have a happy ending. Got it, children? Start your day so joyful, even if you have quarrels in between, but make sure that at the end of the day, you love each other a lot. Okay? So, few things I want to also note in this poem is okay, there are certain rhyming words like brother, another, slight, right, strong, wrong. Okay, so here in the second stanza, you can see another brother, black, back, night, right, along, wrong. So these are the rhyming words, children. Okay, children? Okay, then. It's a very simple poem. It's called The Quarrel, written by Elena Fagion. Thank you for listening me today. See you all in the next class. Thank you, children.